Assalamualaikum and salam satu Malaysia. Welcome to all entrepreneurship students. My name is Abdul Qadir bin Othman. You that expected, by the end of this video, you should be able to identify types of new ventures, describe primary legal forms for new ventures, discuss the pitfalls in selecting new ventures, explain what is entrepreneurial networking, describe the importance of networking, and explain barriers of networking. Okay, let's start our discussion on the different types of new business ventures. Type of new business ventures practiced by entrepreneurs can be classified into three, namely, startup. It is a process where the entrepreneur creates a completely new business starting from scratch. Buying an existing business. This is a process of acquiring either the shares of an existing company or the assets of an existing business. Franchising. It is an arrangement in which the owner of a trademark, trade name, or even copyright is licensed to others to use and sell its goods and services. Before deciding on how to organize a new business operation, prospective entrepreneurs need to identify the legal structures or forms that will best suit the demand of the new venture. Now let's explore the legal structures for a new business venture. Three primary legal forms for the new ventures are sole proprietorship, where business is owned and operated by a single person, and the owner has the right over all its profits and bears all of the liabilities for the debt and obligation of the business. Partnership. A partnership is an association of two or even more persons acting as co-owners of a business for profit. Each partner will contribute money, labor, or skills and share profits as well as losses of the businesses. Corporations. In Malaysia, a corporation is created based on the Company Act 1965. And this act governs all corporation activities in Malaysia, such as corporation rights and responsibility, lifespan, liabilities, and members. Okay, let's look at the pitfalls in selecting a new venture. The following are 6 common pitfalls that an entrepreneur may encounter in the process of selecting a new venture. Pitfall number 1, lack of objective evaluation. Many entrepreneurs lack objectivity when evaluating a new venture opportunity. Pitfall number 2, no real insight into the market. Entrepreneurs always fail to take into account the life cycle of new products or services. Pitfall number 3, inadequate understanding of technical requirements. Before initiating a new venture, entrepreneurs should conduct a thorough technical study of the new venture. Pitfall number 4, poor financial understanding. Direct and indirect costs are often ignored by entrepreneurs. Pitfall number 5, lack of venture uniqueness. Entrepreneurs would not be able to attract customers if there is no uniqueness in their ventures. And finally, ignorance of legal issues. Major problems can arise if legal issues are overlooked. We have discussed the types, primary legal forms of new business venture, and the pitfall in selecting new ventures. So now, let's talk about entrepreneurial networking. So what is networking? Networking is both an outcome of past relationship strategy and a resource for future strategy. And there are two types of networking, namely informal networking and formal networking. Now let's proceed with the importance of networking. Networking helps to build entrepreneurs' confidence. Networking assists to reduce red tape or bureaucracy in entrepreneurs' decision-making. Networking builds an entrepreneur's reputation, as everybody in the networking circle will know what the entrepreneur is doing. Networking develops trust. With trust, a member in the networking circle will be prepared to give priority to the entrepreneur's product or service. Networking will create an interdependent situation. This is where a symbiotic spirit is needed within the networking circle. And finally, networking is a source of creativity. New ideas may come from friends, workers, customers, and distributors within the networking circle. After discussing the importance of networking, now let's look at the barriers of networking. What are the elements that hinder networking? Number one, emotional barrier, which may arise from emotional fault, which is apparent in the characteristics, personality, and ego of an entrepreneur. Number two, physical barrier, that might arise from an entrepreneur's personal lack of confidence in himself. Number three, psychological barrier. This barrier will affect an entrepreneur's interactions with other people and his or her ability to build networks. Number four, behavioral barrier. The way an entrepreneur behaves will determine whether she or he is close or distant from others. And finally, expression barrier basically means how entrepreneurs express themselves in person or in public will influence their networking activities. To end this video session, let's summarize what we have learned in this video. We examined the types of new ventures that the entrepreneur can start with, the primary legal forms of new ventures, and the pitfalls in selecting new ventures. In addition, we explain entrepreneurial networking and the importance of networking were discussed. And finally, barriers of networking were identified. Thank you and best wishes.